And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by
Mark.
Sheen Washable.
No.
Just Kyle here, bud. Just Kyle here.
The Master's Massey.
And the Rat of a Red Baron.
Dice Rolls.
Thanks.
And we're back.
No, we're not. Everybody go home.
Mace said it best. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
I like that. Good reference.
Thanks, man.
I'd really like to know who broke the Mickey Mouse.
I don't know.
Yeah, before we get
I
started,
also
Kyle,
don't know.
Kyle, can you take us through this? This is big.
We have a statue of Mickey Mouse for Christmas, and it broke.
Well, who broke it?
Frida.
Probably.
I got a feeling it was Kyle in the kitchen with the candlestick.
Nope, you were wrong. It was in the kitchen with the butter knife.
So is this just like a ceramic Mickey Mouse?
Paper mache.
Why'd you say Mickey Mouse like that?
Did I say it funny? I didn't realize it.
You say most things funny.
Say Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, you say it weird. It's just Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, that's right. You were like, Mickey Mouse?
I didn't catch it.
No.
My apologies to the Mickey Mouse people out there.
To the house community.
Yeah.
I like that you said my apologies and then proceeded to say it the same way.
I
My
can't-
apologies to the Mickey Mouse people
Well,
out there?
it's the whole museum thing. I can't say it right.
Say what?
M-U-Z-A-M. Museum.
Saying what weird?
Say what?
Cool foot.
What's even crazier is that Kendall can't eat 37 shrimp.
No,
Not
no,
even close.
I can. I was telling Mark off the air. I'm just coming off of food poisoning from last night. It was pretty horrible.
Sounds like fun.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, food poisoning sucks.
Yeah, it's not great.
It is cool to puke and shit at the same time, though.
It's not that bad, you big puss.
I recovered
terrible.
around like noon.
I was just bringing back the old joke.
I know.
Where'd you get it from, Ken?
I'll
I
tell you.
think it was an old onion.
Not
don't-
from the copious amounts of IHOP?
No, it was. I mean, maybe it could have been, but I just figured it would have been something like that I ate last. But I don't really know how it works.
Mark, have you heard how disgusting that journey was?
No. I sent question marks in the chat and never really got an answer.
Paul and I ordered 2 breakfasts each and ate all of it. Ken and I both had 5 cups of coffee.
Al got a Mountain Dew.
Got 3 Mountain Dews.
Confirm
Nice
they
early morning dew.
don't serve booze there.
Yes, he did ask the waitress that. It was one of the first things he asked her.
Oh, and there was a guy that took a poop from the duration of our arrival
Oh
to
my
our
God.
exit. There was a guy in the stall from the time we got there to the time we left.
And
I've been asked to leave that IHOP before.
Paul was talking some shit while we were at the bathroom. Didn't realize somebody was in there with us.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I was in there one time with my older brother and some of his friends from work. And the funny part of this story is this was before I had a driver's license. I think I was like 17. And some of his buddies came over from work. Like, he was working second shift. They came over after. We're all just kind of like drinking in our old basement. And then at like 5 a.m., they're like, hey, you should drive us to IHOP, which was right down the street. But I was like, hey, I don't have a driver's license. And this guy's like, no, it's cool.
All right.
Okay. So we end up going, and you you guys know my older brother. He's not the quietest person. This
Right,
is
right.
like 6 a.m. in an IHOP, and he's just like yelling. And the lady comes over. She's like, "Hey, you got to stop doing that." She's like, "You guys have to leave now." I'm like, "Well, can we eat first?" She's like, "No."
No.
And then got back home. This was actually, I don't know if I've told you guys the story about the quick glass.
What?
So after this IHOP incident, we go back to our house. My brother's friends leave. My brother is pretty banged up, like laying on the couch, and he's like, "Hey, quick glass." And I'm like, "What are you saying?" And he's just yelling repeatedly, "Quick glass." Now again, it's 6 a.m. and now we're home where like the rest of the family is. And I'm like, "I don't know what you're saying to me." And he just keeps, he's like, "Quick glass, quick glass." He goes, "I mean, get a glass quick." So I'm like, "Well, you could just say that." I get him a glass. He kind of holds it up, puts it down, goes outside, throws up in a bush. I was like, "So you did not need the glass."
All right.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, it's
I guess
funny.
we respect it.
Love a good drinking story, especially in a situation like that.
You mean like when Kendall? You mean like back when Sip of Sunshine was $4,000 a can, and Kendall spilt an entire 16-ounce one in the back of my car?
Yeah, pretty low moment for me.
That old house, that was where Kendall was trying to convince people that Paul Wall's the greatest rapper of all time.
That was not what occurred. That still like irritates me to this day. Say I like the guy.
I remember you saying that.
I didn't remember it just one of James's friends.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the last time I saw that guy.
Certainly was the last time I saw him.
And the funny thing is, I've heard Kendall say that on more than one occasion. So we bring up this one time, but he said it all the time.
I just said I liked the guy. He's one of my favorite. Like not that he's the greatest of all time. And then the guy proceeded to spit the same freestyle to me like 20 times.
That's actually where the phrase "goat" was coined.
Bad. Mock, do you need a 4-foot tall Captain Morgan cutout?
No.
Well, you're getting one.
All right.
You can go in the living room.
Be so funny.
Hey, Kyle.
You
How many patio umbrellas do you want for your house?
like 7?
All right.
Oh, could open a cantina in the backyard.
Play the same song.
What are you guys drinking?
I'll go first.
Okay.
All right.
I'm drinking water.
That's right. Kyle's doing.
Are you?
No,
I'm just not drinking.
he never does.
Does your dry January also include like showers?
Yeah. I haven't
gotta
touched
stay
a thing of
dry.
water.
Like I bathe in flour.
Dry rub.
That sounds real rough.
Right from.
Nice thick paste.
Pack in that flavor.
Don't like that at all.
The herbs and spices.
Matthew, what are you drinking?
Casamigos. From the Red collection.
That was a gift. It's not my collection.
Oh.
Mock?
I have water because of the medication I am on.
For what?
The shingles.
When did you get shingles?
Oh, happened over the weekend.
So you were going to
Kind
come disc golfing with shingles?
No, it really came up Sunday.
I would have been real bummed if I got shingles from you.
Listen, the only way you can get it is if you directly touch where it is.
Where is it?
It's on like my right shoulder blade.
I frequently taught you there, so it would have been pretty bad.
Yeah.
How did you
You
get
would've-
shingles?
So I had chicken pox as a kid. So like, if you've had chicken pox, it can just pop up, kind of when it wants.
So if you never had chickenpox, you can't get shingles?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can still get it.
So
You
what's
just
the
have
point
to
of-
be in contact.
But like, so if I've never had chickenpox, I can't just randomly contract shingles.
No, you would have had to. You would have had to be exposed somewhere.
Yeah, stay away from me.
Well, I mean, just don't touch my shoulder blades.
Just stay away from me altogether. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want shingles. I don't want to get shingles in my eardrums.
Well, you've been talking to him for the last 10 minutes, so.
No. That doesn't count. We're not in the same room. It's like COVID. It's
This
not
game's
real.
over.
It's not real if we're 10 feet apart.
Okay.
This game is over already.
Yeah, it is. Which is kind of disappointing.
Who won?
Michigan's blowing Washington out.
Nice. Kendall?
I have the champagne of beers.
No. Why are you drinking natural light?
Oh, that is the Prosecco of beers.
It was a bad joke.
Yeah, it was not best.
You know, I have a question for the room because Kendall just made me think of it. I made a pork roast yesterday, right? And
Mhm.
part of like the marinade was apple cider vinegar and a beer. Only beer I had at the house was a Miller High Life. So do you think that if Kendall knew that like a 10-pound roast was cooked in Miller, that he would try and eat the whole thing?
I don't think the Miller High Life plays a part in it. I think you just try to eat the whole thing because you're sick.
Yeah, in a word,
Yeah.
yes.
But I think you would know, like, you know, you don't want the beer to go to waste.
Well, I think if I were there, I would try to convince you to just give me the Miller High Life and see if we could find a substitute, like a seltzer water or something.
Do you think you would drink like the juice from the pan?
I'd give it a go. I don't know how much I could have of it.
I have a lot. It's just going to be some liquid issues later.
Yeah, it would probably just turn.
Probably about 73 milliliters worth, Kendall, if I'm right.
What's that?
So probably about 72, 73 milliliters.
That's it. This guy gets it.
What are you drinking?
I have a Bourbon County,
Nice.
Nice.
the Banana Foster's one.
Nice.
It is nice. Thank you for saying that.
Will this be the
Cool.
first one you've tasted? Or have you had it?
Kendall, shut up.
I'm sorry, I took interest.
Is it taking interest or is it just booze envy?
Well, could it be both?
There's
I don't
some really cool stuff on Instagram.
You gotta ask
Yeah.
Mike Mock that.
And cool stuff. What we're talking there, bud.
Does anybody have any toast of excellence they'd like to do?
I do.
Okay.
Toast of excellence to Puka Nakua for breaking the rookie receptions and receiving yards.
Dude's not even that good.
I mean,
Tell you what, big swing and a miss on him this year in fantasy. Called that one wrong.
thinking he wasn't going to be good.
No, so like, you know, he had his blow up game,
Yeah, first week.
and then
of
I
the
was
season
like,
against
ah,
Seattle.
come on, you know, flash of this, whatever. Cup was still out.
Right.
I was like, you know, let someone else blow the fob on him, and then he just really kept it going.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah, and the guy who did that finished in third, so that's what it got you third place.
Did we do a toast of excellence and congratulate you for winning?
That was going to be my toast.
All right, well. Gonna steal Kendall's toast here. Hey, Paul. No.
My toast is to the Riddler, who went all the way to the finals in our fantasy football league, defeating me in very decisive fashion. So, cheers to you.
I was in first from draft night all the way to the end.
Really?
I had the
Yeah.
first overall pick. One,
And who'd you take with it?
Justin Jefferson.
And how well did he do for you this season?
He did really, really good in the 5 games he played.
Yep.
And you want to know something? That's just fine.
Paul, who'd you
Adam.
say your MVP of your team was?
Adam Thielen.
I dropped him.
You know who was a bum all year for me? Tony Pollard.
Oh,
So,
you,
I mean-
you want to start this conversation?
Hey, let's do that. That's a fun segment. Fantasy studs and duds.
Well, here's the thing. Aaron Jones wouldn't have been a dud if you made the playoffs.
Yeah. Too bad he was just a sack of shit for every other game.
Pollard just sucked the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Austin Eckler, if you're listening, fuck you.
Oh, he's listening.
Holding all these meetings before the year. Running backs need to be paid. Blah, 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 and then you just suck ass for 17 games. Fucker.
Don't know how you really feel, Mock.
Oh, fuck him. Travis Kelce. Cool. You just wait till you're on my team to not have a 1,000-yard season for the first time in 10 years. Asshole.
Yeah, I had him too.
Fuck them all. I get Mahomes, which that was my screw up. Shouldn't have taken him when I did. Bad move. But
How early did you
fuck
take
him. I think I got him in like the 3rd round, whatever. But just shouldn't have done it. So I'll eat that one, but still, fuck him. Just hey, I'm not going to be good at football anymore for a year, because I'm on this asshole's fantasy team. Just fuck him. Just so aggravating.
Oh, it's funny.
Every week I would look at the team and be like, what's the problem? Calvin Ridley? Fuck him.
Hey, Mock, is there anybody on your team you want to shout out?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
All right.
Dude was a stud week in and week out. Everyone else, fuck him.
Kyle's stud of the year was Mike Evans.
Yeah, he was good.
Kendall's was Keenan Allen.
Yep. Wish he finished the year.
Mike Evans might be the best fantasy wide receiver of the last 10 years. He's just so consistent. Every year he's going to get you the 1,000 yards.
And 10 touchdowns.
He'll have close to at least 10-ish touchdown. This year he went over, but he's just the fantasy baseline.
The only problem with him is that sometimes there's 3 or 4 weeks where he gets you nothing.
Yes. Which is
But
why
that's any
I told you
receiver.
no to him.
But that's almost any receiver. I mean,
I know, but he's either going to get you 45 or he's going to get you 2.5.
I don't think he's that boomer bust.
I'll read it to you. Give me a second.
Kendall, I toast you for winning Pick'ems,
Oh, thank you.
bitch. Massey, I don't know if I really had a stud all year, to be honest with you.
All right, he only hit 3 games with less than 10 points.
Yeah.
My best consistent player all year probably was Sam Laporta. Actually, probably Mostert.
But yeah, I got you 20 touchdowns.
He was just so good out of the gate.
Yeah, I mean, my year was really broken down. It was just consistent. The first 6 weeks, it was Mostert and Adam Thielen. Because Adam Thielen went on a stretch of just 30-point games for a while. And then Jahmyr Gibbs was really good in the middle. And Brandon Ayuk really stepped it up in the middle. And, and then really it's a waiver wire move. That's what it is. Always a waiver wire move.
Yeah, it's of course.
For me,
sorry.
I was saying, just for me, the Cleveland's defense was huge. Adam Thielen off the waivers was huge. Prescott off the waivers was huge. And Logan Thomas off the waivers was huge. Because Logan Thomas did just enough. He had a stretch where I had him where he was putting up 9 points a game when I didn't have a second tight end.
I know. For me, the other player, there was 2 other guys that were pretty consistently good. Isaiah Pacheco was pretty solid all year, and Cole Kmet was awesome, especially in where we do the 2 tight ends. He was pretty solid throughout the year, which was nice. Yeah. Fuck Austin Eckler. He's a real piece of shit.
Hmm.
Well, yeah. Football's wrapped up, at least
My-
for
my-
some of us.
My big two was Evans and McCaffrey.
Yeah, McCaffrey doesn't count.
But Rashawn Rice, though, he was a good waiver wire pickup.
Hey, why would Darren Waller not be back on the Giants?
Because Kelsey Plum doesn't want him there.
It's pretty funny.
Going back to Vegas.
But like, does he have an opt out?
I don't know.
They wouldn't cut him. That wouldn't make any sense.
I'm not sure.
I don't.
He wasn't healthy all year, though, right? He had a stint there.
No, he was banged up. I mean, when he was on the field, he was fine. But I don't know. I just saw the thing like it was like, oh, they expect him back next year. I'm like, well, why wouldn't he be?
I don't know. I think I'm sort of alone in this opinion. I never found him like that good. I don't know. Just in general, I feel like he had one really good half of 1 year, and that's all people have been like talking about. Like he's like, there's been this tight end force forever.
I think he's talented, but he's not as consistent as like a Kelsey or Kittle or but he's definitely talented. He's just always hurt. Didn't know he was ever a Raven.
Yeah, when he first started.
Didn't know that.
He was a receiver, too. Not even a tight end yet.
Yeah. Which, it's so dumb. Like, I don't know. There's some of these guys, like, I know they call him a tight end because that's kind of what they do, but he's not a tight end. Same way Kelsey. Like, Kelsey doesn't block.
Right. And recently he doesn't catch the ball, so.
Yeah, no kidding. But, like, it's just, they're called that because of where they stand on the line sometimes, but, like, Gronkowski was a tight end. He was a good receiver, but he was a better blocker, Kittle blocks, even like Andrew, but like these other guys just run routes, which is fine, but you're not a tight end.
I have a tight end.
What's that?
I said I have a tight end.
Hey-o.
Eagles suck.
Yeah, fuck them.
Also, I'd like to get Mock and Kendall's opinion on this real quick. I'm filling out this thing and submitting it for the best male TV character of all time. It's a bracket.
Mm-hmm.
So in the first round, I got Eric Cartman. It was randomized, and then it just goes from there. So in the first round, my matchup that was given to me was Michael Scott versus Eric Cartman.
Ooh.
Just curious where you guys land on this.
So what's the
Just greatest male TV character of all time.
I think I go. Oh man,
That is tough.
I asked Kendall one of these earlier, and he couldn't pick either. He said it was between Kramer and Marge Simpson.
What's the question being asked?
Who's better, Eric Cartman or Michael Scott?
I don't know.
Here, Matt, I'll put it in some retrospects that you can understand. What's better, BioShock or Fire Emblem?
As a series or individual games?
Just as a question.
Just as an example.
Personally, BioShock.
BioShock is awesome.
I think I give it to Michael Scott just because I find like South Park could be funny without Cartman like being a part of the episode. I feel like there's just so many great Michael Scott in the
I don't
office.
know. Aren't you a big James Spader guy?
Oh, I tell you, I do like Robert California a whole lot. I just find that character so funny.
So we've been watching The Blacklist, and it's just funny because I can't not think of him as Robert California. I am the Lizard King.
You didn't even know my name.
I think I'd also go Michael Scott though.
I did have one other toast of excellence real quick. My other toast of excellence is to just another cool embarrassing statistic to go against the Bears that was brought up this year. To start the season, the big statistic going around about how terrible of an organization the Chicago Bears is about how Justin Jefferson has more receiving yards already than any Bear in history. Well, we ended the season with Joe Flacco has more passing yards in his 5 games with Cleveland than any Bears quarterback has ever had in the career history of the Bears. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to be a fan of that.
Say that again?
Joe Flacco had more passing yards in his 5 games with the Browns than any quarterback has ever had in a 5-game span with the Bears.
Oh, okay. So I misheard you the first time, and I thought you said in like any Bears career, and I was like, what?
Pretty
that
cool
cannot be real.
Pretty cool to be a fan of this embarrassing piece of shit squad. It's like at some point, I just hope like the whole team starts banging midgets or something to make it more interesting.
Listen, they might be.
I hope.
They could be in there just snapping backs.
Oh, man, look at this video. This guy found a lunchbox in like the back of a cabinet of a school he teaches in, and he opened it up, and a whole cloud of mold dust came out.
Oh my!
Nice, right in your mouth.
The sticker from the inside it said lunchbox from 2001.
I would eat that sandwich.
There were cinnamon rolls.
Oh my god!
Ooh. Those are gonna have a stench.
You ever think that might have been Kendall's lunch? He told his mom I can eat 7 cinnamon rolls and didn't finish them.
Yeah. He had like half of one and then said he ate them all.
And then hid the lunchbox so no one could find it.
It's not as much fun when he joins.
Yep.
All right, let's do one of these drafts. Oh, Kyle woke up.
I'm here. I'm just waiting. Oh, that's a bad miss. Matthew, what was your draft?
Didn't have a draft.
I thought you said you had a draft.
Off to a great start here, boys.
All right, so you want to start with Kyle's draft?
I mean, yeah, but Kyle, what draft did I say I had?
You said you had it in the chat.
When?
You said I have a draft if Mock is okay with it.
Yep.
Oh, like earlier in the week, and then we proceeded to actually do the draft in our chat. Wasn't going to do it on the air because we did it already.
I never remember.
It's because you're never part of the chat.
It's not true.
It's pretty true.
True.
All right. Anyway, Matthew, can you pull up a spreadsheet?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Please.
I'm going to be in the spreadsheet guy.
All right.
Well, because if Kendall tried to do it, the whole show would get shut down.
You just call him
Fine.
Kai?
Who?
I
I
thought you
also
called
need
Kyle
you to-
Kai, and I didn't care for that, but I think I heard you wrong.
Kai Souls.
I did not call him Kai if you're saying that was me.
Thank God. That would have been a real bummer.
Hey, you take it easy on Kai.
All right. The fuck do you want, Kyle?
I need you to write 1 through 9 catchers, first, second, third, short, outfield, DH.
I'm going to be bad at this.
Yeah, everybody's going to be bad at this.
Yeah.
Except for you.
No, because I don't know years. Paul, I'll let you pick the division that we're going to do.
Is it baseball?
Yep.
All right. The NFC West. I don't know. I guess the NL Central.
NL Central?
Sure.
Okay. So what we're going to do is that we're going to pick people by how many home runs they hit all time. Right? But you got to pick the player and the year. I have Baseball Reference open. So, for example, you'll say O'Neill Crew 2022. You'll put him in your shortstop position, and then you'll have 16. Just say.
We are going to be
And-
so bad at this. This is going to be awesome.
And then the team with the most home runs at the end wins.
Oh man, we're making our own teams.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right.
So all-time NL Central players.
Yeah. So Cardinals, Pirates, Cubs, Brewers, Reds.
And so we're going to do the thing, if you pick a player and he wasn't on the team at that point, it's just a repick, or do we lose?
Yeah, you can repick.
All right, can I go first then?
Hold on. But you can't repick. You can't
Can I go
pick
first?
the same player twice. Once that player is picked, he's out.
Can I go first?
I thought we were going to do random name generator.
Well,
I would like
asking
Andrew
if I go first.
McCutcheon for all 3 outfield positions, please. Any year. And then I'm pretty tapped.
Can I go first?
I think you can go first.
I don't care.
I'd like to go first, please.
We'll do Paul,
Paul
You
Massey.
just
Massey.
cave like that? You just cave
What?
like that, Souls?
Hey, Mark,
What?
can I go first?
Kyle's call.
Can I go first if you go second?
Kyle's decision.
Mock's going third.
Fuck,
Cool
Mark.
way to play favorites, bud.
All right. We're going to go Mock, Paul, Massey, Kendall, me.
Okay. So when do I start
no.
having sex?
Start. What'd he say?
When can I start having sex?
So, Mock, you got the first pick there, bud.
Wait,
You
Mark
said
has the
NL
first pick?
Central?
Well, Mock made a big stink about it.
What the fuck? I asked so nice.
He did ask
No,
nicely.
Paul can have first, Mock, you have second, Massey, Kendall, me.
You just fucking cave, you bitch. Such a bitch.
Massey, you have the spreadsheet open?
First you complain
I'm
about
working on
shingles.
it.
It's not even that bad. Fucking pussy.
On your shoulder. You'll be all right. I had it on
Oh,
my
yeah.
fucking fat ass
Did
stomach.
you have yours on your taint?
Yeah.
Oof.
That's rough.
That probably would be not great. All right, I don't even know what to fucking Google search.
So am I going first?
Don't Google search anything, 'cause that's cheating.
Oh, what?
So can I go first?
Yes.
Can I go now?
Kyle,
You know,
Kyle, you have 2 choices. Either I Google or I don't participate.
that's fine, but Google, you can Google names, just don't Google the statistics.
All right.
Can I go?
Yeah, go.
Oh, Paul.
You ready, Mass?
Go ahead.
All right. I would like Mark McGuire at first base.
What year?
What year?
98.
And the draft is over. Thank you for participating.
So it's my turn.
Yes.
Yep.
Hold on. I gotta tell Massey how many home runs he hit.
Well, no, I
Oh.
get to go because it's snake draft, so I got back-to-backs.
So Mark McGuire, first base, he hit 70 that year.
I didn't know we could just pay off the guy for the first pick.
I did pay him off. I asked nicely and got it for free.
Just because Kyle's a cheap hoe doesn't mean. Man, I don't even know players. Seems like a promising list. Oh boy.
I apparently hit a button.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we were waiting for me. I'm sorry.
It's quite all right.
All right, Souls. 98 Sosa. Before he was
Good.
white.
What?
You want Black Sosa?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wrong, Sosa.
What fielding position was he in?
Zeb Coulter Sosa.
He was a starting
Outfielder.
pitcher.
Outfield 66.
We the people.
Which outfield?
Just did you left center, right?
Yes, I did.
All right, so just put him in right.
Sosa,
Now, the name of the
98.
game is left, right, center.
Sosa 98, you said?
Yeah, so it was 66 home runs that year.
Yeah.
158 RBIs. Goddamn. Man, he had a 5-year stretch where he was like the best player ever.
Yeah, and he was on steroids, so he wasn't.
Whatever, who cares? We're not doing this right now. Matt,
You
you're
might
up.
not be.
Hold on, go to Google names.
That made me laugh.
Sure, you know what? Mass is xnxx.com /NL Central.
Website not available, currently overloaded. This is pretty terrible because I don't know half of NL Central teams.
There's a title here, Mass, that says Reds shortstop shows his silver slugger. You can click that one.
Yikes.
Lick my teeth.
So,
Lick it.
Hey, so
All right,
Babe Ruth was definitely a long-time Red, right?
just so I'm
Drastically.
clear, right? So, like, if the player played on a NL Central, you can only use those years.
Correct.
Okay.
I have my next guy, and then I'm done.
You know, Kyle, this is going to annoy you. This is going to take for fucking ever if I do this, so I'm going to sit out and just record. It's going to literally take me 5 minutes per person, so just do the 4 of you.
Okay.
Massey,
What?
you have to comment on every single pick, like it's a good pick or bad pick, without any.
I will do that.
All right. You're creating the humor.
Okay.
All right, my pick?
Yep.
All right. Speaking of players doing
Fucking
steroids
terrible pick,
and
Emma.
lying about it, I'm going to take
Fucking terrible. Waste of a pick.
Ryan
Am I
Braun
doing this right?
in 2012 was his MVP year, I think.
That guy was a real piece of shit.
Who was it?
Ryan Braun.
Braun.
You the one that
All right.
banged Rachel Rocks?
No, that was yeah.
So right fielder 41.
Brian, what's his last name?
Braun.
Braun.
Braun?
Mhm.
41? All
Yeah.
Kendall, waste of a pick.
Appreciate
You
it.
guys had 20 more.
I'm going to take Ken Griffey Jr. in center field 2000.
For how much?
40.
Waste of a pick, Kyle.
I know.
Wasn't even that good.
He was all right. And then I'll take.
We have to put them at like their real positions.
I mean, they just have to play that position a couple, like a secondary position. Like in
All
the
right.
show. You know how in the show it has like all that extra position shit?
Mhm.
You're not putting Timmy Sosa in the pitcher position. That's all I'm saying.
Do the DH. And then I'll go Prince Fielder.
Okay.
2007.
What position?
First base.
Name's DH.
I could do DH. I don't
He
care.
was fat.
How much?
He hit 50 that year.
In 2000?
Yeah. No, 2007.
So
Well,
wait, Kyle,
You know what's
Okay,
crazy
bud.
about Prince Fielder?
Kyle, I have a question. How come you told us that we couldn't look stuff up, but you have Baseball Reference open?
I'm just looking for your guys' thing.
All right. Seems a little suspect.
I just look up numbers. I don't care.
No, I'm just saying I love you.
I just called.
is gonna get so hard.
Kendall,
Yes.
it's time for your pick, bud.
All right. So I'm going to take Brandon Phillips, rookie year 06.
He had 17.
What position there, bud?
Second base,
Brandon Phillips.
17. God, if you went 07, you would have had 30.
See, I thought that was his rookie year.
His rookie year was in 2002.
Oh my god. Can we just move this along, Kendall?
Damn.
We have like 40 more positions to draft. No one cares about how stupid you are.
I care.
Kyle.
Isn't it my turn?
Yes.
Mock
I
got
was,
back
just
to
saying-
back.
I was just trying to get.
No,
No,
Mock
Paul
does
has
not have back-to-back. Mock does not have
Skipping Paul.
back-to-back. You skipped both my picks.
All right. I'm gonna take Christian Yelich,
No. What position?
outfield.
Which one?
What year?
He's a left fielder, man.
2019.
For how many?
He had 44.
All right. I don't know if this guy was taken yet. I feel like I'm missing something. But can I have 06 Pujols?
Pujols was not taken.
You know what's
I
funny?
want Can I get 06 Pujols in my DH spot, please?
How much did he have?
49.
I'd say that was a big year for him, right?
You could have went with any one of them. 03 to 06.
How many
he
do
had
you have?
40. 49.
49.
And Kyle, I have a
back-to-back.
question. I
Yeah.
have a question, Kyle. This, I think that you'll approve this regardless of its things, just because I think you'll laugh at the fact that I know this because of you. What about a team that doesn't exist anymore, but would have geographically been in this conference?
I like where this is going.
Can they count?
Ooh, what Canadian team are you doing?
No, it's not a Canadian team. It's just a team that doesn't. It's technically not in this city anymore, but it would have been. Kyle,
I'm going to say, I'm just going to keep it the way it is.
Nope. I'm going to interject as not participating commissioner. Paul, do it.
I think you really would have liked this. All right, fine.
Paul, do it.
No, it's all right. I'll save it for later on. Give me 04 Adam Dunn,
What position?
outfield.
You
Which
said 04.
position?
04 Adam Dunn, and he did play the outfield a few times.
Which
He
one?
was a right field. 46.
Whichever one he's least likely to get the ball hit to him in.
46.
That guy was so great.
What year?
04.
04.
All right. Adam Dunn, 04 for 46.
Is it back to me?
No.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to change it. You guys can look up statistics. Go ahead.
Are way
Kyle
ahead.
doesn't want to
ahead
do
of
this
you.
anymore.
Way ahead of you.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years in a row, he hit 40 on the dot. Oh, 6
All right.
years he hit 40 on the dot because he had 32 in Cincinnati and 8 in Arizona.
Hey,
Sweet.
can I
Pick?
change my Brandon Phillips here now that this is happening?
No,
We
no,
already
that's
did for
locked
you,
in.
Kendall.
That is pretty bullshit.
That's
Kendall,
locked
I
this,
in.
already-
Kendall.
Kendall, I gave you 30 when you first picked him.
Oh, well, thank
That
you.
was locked in.
I was going to say, Kendall, I'll give you the 07 year.
I did it already.
That's
I think you got to take an average of the 2 years.
Mock, you are.
Is it my pick?
Yeah.
2010 Joey Votto,
What position?
first base.
How much?
71.
Oh, that's not true.
Oh,
30
sorry, that was doubles. No, I'm kidding. 37.
37.
And what year?
2010.
Okay. Kendall,
I will take
pick something good here, eh, bud?
2010 Ricky Weeks.
Waste.
You guys
What
suck.
position?
Kyle,
Where do you play?
you want to put him in left or second?
You already have a second baseman.
Fielder. No, I'm kidding. Who's Ricky who?
Weeks.
Don't know how to spell that. What
Like
year?
the calendar. 2010.
How many?
Enos.
29.
Kyle, back-to-backs.
All right, in my DH, I'm going to go with Derek Lee. He had 46,
In what year?
2005.
46, right? Okay.
Now I have a question for you guys.
Just to me. I'm commissioning, so I get to pick.
What can I put
I feel like this got away from you, Kyle.
Can I put Schwarber as my catcher?
Yes.
All right, 2019 Kyle Schwarber, 38.
You're so screwed right now. It's not even funny.
Okay.
Mock, I took it from him just because I wanted to move this along, so I was going to say yes to whatever the question was. What year?
2019,
And how much?
38.
38. Okay. Kendall.
Okay. Um.
Okay, so that was a fucking lie.
What?
Well, never mind. Probably a different guy with the same name.
White guy?
No.
Dominican?
Don't think so.
I put me down for 2006 David Ross,
What position?
catcher.
David Ross, 2006 for how many?
21.
21. Mock,
Shit.
give me your mystery man and a random number.
Hey, what do I have left for positions?
You need a DH, a catcher, second, third, and center field. Give me a random player, random number.
Who's my left fielder?
Left fielder is Christian Yelich.
Oh,
Kyle,
shit.
Kyle, he's played some center before, right?
Christian
Yeah.
Yelich is now your center fielder.
Oh, shit.
What?
Nothing. Just this is gonna the two picks I have are just gonna ruin the integrity of this whole game.
Oh, that's fine. We're doing them.
I'm sorry, Kyle.
I'm going to take the funny one here. I want the 92 Barry Bonds,
For how many?
34.
Wait, you can't take Barry Bonds. Didn't you already go? No, Sosa went.
No,
Barry Bonds, 92 for how many?
34. This was right
Okay.
before he started juicing.
Yeah, nice mix-up, Mass. One got fat, one got white.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Did Sosa actually get white?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Michael Jackson?
Go look at a picture of him.
Sammy Sosa. Oh my god, he is white. All right, Paul, what are your two funny ones?
Kyle, are you gonna be mad if I pick funny ones?
Go ahead.
So yes.
Go ahead.
All right, give me 1930s Hack Wilson in center field.
Hack Wilson, 1930 for how many?
56.
Okay. All right, I think Paul is pretty well run away with this game.
And then Kyle, this one's for you. You can't be mad at this one.
Okay.
What position?
I know you're going to be mad, but
You can't be.
you can't be. I got to find it again. I saved it and I lost it. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Kyle, I'm taking third baseman from the 1953 Milwaukee Braves.
Eddie Matthews.
Give me Eddie Matthews, baby, for 47.
Eddie Matthews. Kyle, good on you for knowing who he was going for.
That one was for Kyle.
For how much?
47.
All right, so Paul has won this.
All right. I'm taking third baseman.
Eddie Matthews.
1960 Ken Boyer.
And Boyer for how many?
32.
Okay.
This is getting real hard, Kyle.
Kyle, I got to tell you, I really like the Kyle Schwarber at catcher.
Speaking of
Yeah.
which, Kendall, it's your pick.
What do I need, Mass?
You need Chipper
You
Jones.
need You need a DH, a first, a third, a shortstop, and the center field.
And
All right.
Chipper Jones.
Then at first base, I'm going to take 2015 Anthony Rizzo
Nice.
with 31.
All right.
Kyle, I can't believe Mitch Haniger hit 39 home runs in 2021.
What?
I can't believe Mitch Haniger hit 39 home runs in 21.
Yeah, he was good for them.
I like him.
In left field, I'm taking Willie Stargell,
Nice. Good pick.
1971, 48 home runs.
19 what?
Left fielder, 1971, 48 home runs, Willie Stargell.
48 home runs.
What do I need, Massey?
You need right field, shortstop, third, and second.
And then I'll take
This is Dick.
It's gonna come out dirty.
fuck. Right, my dog just scared the shit out of me.
All right, but who are you picking?
2016 Chris Bryant. 39 home,
Position?
third base.
2016 Chris Bryant. For how many?
39.
39.
Is it my turn?
It is Kendall's turn.
Where is you horny bastard?
What?
You heard me. Take your pants off.
Way ahead of you. Any
Um,
day, Kendall.
sorry. I want good representation.
You would. Integrity.
Integrity weed.
Just gotta check your privilege.
All right, I guess at my DH spot, I am going to take,
Nobody likes you.
2019 Josh Bell with 37.
I think I'm gonna finish in last.
You are. Go ahead.
All right, now it's my turn. All right,
Yes.
I'll take for 30, 2004 Jose Valentin,
What position?
shortstop.
Shortstop Jose Valentin. For how many?
30,
In what year?
04.
Oh, yeah.
All back to backs.
Oh, man. I don't know. I'm so torn. Remember when the Mets were in the NL Central? For that one year that so it worked for this?
I do.
All right. Kyle, I don't know if this is the best year or not, but I know he played, and I know he played at this time, so I'm taking a stab. Okay?
Yeah.
Give me 19.
It would help if you guys could go position, name, year, number.
So guess who's never gonna say it in that order?
All right, give me 1972 Johnny Bench.
What position?
Catcher. Who's a catcher, right?
Johnny Bench, 1972.
He
I don't
hit
know how many
40.
runs. I just know he played then.
How many?
He hit 40 that year.
All
Me
back to
again?
backs.
Oh,
I'm thinking. What
Thinking.
positions do I need? Second and short?
Yep.
That's it?
And left field.
In left field. All right, Kyle. I got one for you. You ready for this? Kyle,
Listening.
you ready?
Yeah.
Kendall, you ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, give me J.J. Hardy at shortstop.
What year?
2007?
So that's a guy I actually like forgot about.
Yeah, 26.
Oh, man. I just need a left fielder now.
And a second.
And a second baseman.
All right. For 24, Jonathan Lucroy, 2016, catcher.
Nope, he was a Padre. Won't allow it.
He
I'm
wasn't.
sorry. Can you repeat that again?
2016, Jonathan Lucroy,
What position?
24, catcher.
What year? 2014?
16.
16.
Not say it again.
You know what? I have to record all this shit. You guys all.
Such a shitty thing to say.
I will not
How many?
repeat it anymore.
All right, then he's getting a 0.
No, it was 24. I think I said.
Good enough. Kendall.
All right, what am I in need of here?
Pulling a mock. I will not repeat it again.
Hilarious.
Third, short, and center field.
Third, short, and center field.
Gay? Nobody likes.
Did
What?
anyone draft McCutcheon?
Yeah, mocked it.
Did you? Or I thought I was just joking.
No, it wasn't Joe. It was real.
He didn't draft McCutcheon.
God damn it,
Thanks a
Massey.
lot, Mass. Fucking
Oh,
dick.
All right,
Fuck.
then I'm gonna take at center field.
No, he was a left fielder.
He was pretty universal.
And actually, it has him listed as a DH on the MLB reference. So, once you suck a fucking fat sock there, bitch, you lose. You don't get him.
What year?
2012, he hit 31.
You know, Kyle, I don't really appreciate Kendall just coming in here and being like, "Oh, I want to be this." Why would you pick 2012? Why wouldn't you pick 2017 when he hit more home runs? You dumbass.
2012,
Yeah, 17.
2012 said 31. 2017 said 28.
Nope, 38.
They didn't carry the one.
This is pretty awkward.
Yeah, because you're a fucking asshole. It's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, I'll go disc golfing without you this weekend.
You know, I'm probably coming in like third place here. And I initially started not looking. I was trying to go off of memory, but then we switched to not. So
I was
As
going
soon
off
as,
memory.
as soon as I knew what was happening, I was cheating.
I'm
So I
going
know-
Javier Baez, 2018, 34 home runs, second base.
I'm so far in last place.
What year? What position? 2014?
2018, second base.
2018. Hold on. Javier Baez. 2017.
18.
17. 4.
34.
Okay.
Which other position I need?
Short and right.
Short and right.
I'm like your penis.
You know, that was actually kind of funny.
I'm going to go 2006 Pirates. And
Just all of them?
my right fielder, Jason Bay, 35 home runs.
Man, that guy was an awesome Met.
he hit 35 home runs in pretty much, any other team but the Mets.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
What was the last pick?
Jason Bay,
Bay.
2006, 35.
Right field?
Yeah.
Kyle, you need a shortstop. Kendall, you also need a shortstop in third. Mock, you need second in DH, and Paul, you need second in left field.
All right, am I up?
No, it is Kendall's turn.
All right, fuck him. Kendall?
Yes.
Also, speed round for the last 2 rounds. If you can't name something in 30 seconds, I'm giving you 0. We're moving on.
All right, then I will take David Freese, 2012, hit 20 home runs.
What position?
Third.
My turn.
21 home run? Yes,
Hey, Kyle.
go ahead.
You,
You know who's really been balling lately? Kobe
Hold on.
Bryant.
yeah, he has.
Give Mock his pick.
So I don't think this guy was taken. 1958 Ernie Banks.
God damn it.
Ernie Banks, full position.
I don't think this guy was taken. Proceeds to
DH.
pick guys 40 years before our birth.
Or how much?
47.
47.
Well, I mean, I
All
know
right.
we had some older guys go. I just wasn't sure if he was one of them.
Well, second and left field. 30 seconds on each.
2017 Scooter Jeanette at second.
Scooter, Jeanette. At second for how much?
27 home runs.
27. Okay. And left field.
Give me 2009 Jay Bruce, 22 home runs.
2009. How many?
22.
Okay.
He was a red.
Mock. Second base.
Yep. Hang on.
30 seconds on the clock.
You're gonna want to take
Oh.
Paul Janish.
This is not going how I want. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a
30
minute.
seconds.
Take Drew Stubbs.
All right, 1990. Ryan Sandberg.
Sandberg.
Hey
How
Kyle.
many?
Yeah.
40.
2009 Cincinnati Reds Edwin Encarnacion was not very good.
No,
That
he
was a
sucked
lot of
until he
home
got
runs
to
for a
Kendall.
second baseman.
Third base. 30 seconds.
Paul took Scott Rowland, correct?
I do not see Scott Rowland gone.
All right. I will take. Oh, see, I need a third baseman. You said.
Yeah.
All right.
20 seconds.
All right. Scott Rowland. Hold on.
I
2004.
How many?
34.
Kyle, finish it off. 30 seconds. Shortstop.
I will go.
For 15 additional seconds, who was the manager of the 2009 Reds?
Dusty Baker.
You'll get an additional 10 runs if you can guess that.
Dusty Baker.
Bingo.
Mike, you get 10 extra points. Kyle, I'll give them to you too.
Hold on. Was that real?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
All right, fuck it.
It's not incredible. You just know more than you think you know.
I just said a funny name because it popped up. And I tell you, the guy that I just looked up did not hit a lot of home runs and played for a long time.
Oh. Kyle.
I'm distracted. Hold on.
Now just take Ozzie Smith.
The guy hit nothing.
He played for so long and only had 28 home runs.
Really?
He played for so long.
He was
I bet Ozzie Smith.
2023.
Okay.
Willie Adams, 24.
Willie Adam. Who?
But Willie Adams
Okay.
with an E. 24.
All right, let me tabulate here. How do you guys think you did?
I came in second.
Okay.
I'm hoping for a third place finish here, Bob.
I have somewhat confidence, but I will not be surprised if I get fourth.
I think Paul
Honus
won
Wagner.
by an entire player.
Honus Wagner had 126 RBIs and only hit 6 home runs.
Wow.
Guy was the king of placement.
1901.
Guy probably played at the Polo Grounds every game.
He maintained the Polo Grounds.
All right.
Tell you, the funny thing about the guys that played then, they were probably like blackout drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Playing all the time.
Just a gin breakfast.
Did Massey announce the final thing yet?
I don't think so.
We're going through right now. We have tabulated
Have
it all.
you guys, as he says that, because I just thought of it, we're talking about the being blackout drunk. Have you seen the episode of It's Always Sunny when they're doing the Wade Boggs thing?
I want to do that so bad.
I don't know what that is.
So the rumor is that on a flight from, I think it was from New York to L.A., Wade Boggs drank like 72 beers or something on the flight. Some like ridiculous number. So the idea of the show was the guys and the girl D on the show that they were trying to recreate that. So the idea, he's like, oh, he drank all these beers, then he went to the game and like hit a double. And it just ends with the Charlie Day character like barely able to speak, and he just ropes a ball, and it's pretty funny. It's a good one. It's one of the
Get really drunk and play baseball?
yeah, except they're guys that don't play baseball.
Yeah, which is most of us.
Hey, can I get your guys' opinion on something real quick?
Yes.
So, I'm looking at this article that's talking about the 10 greatest trades in NBA history. And there's like a lot of good ones, like when the Atlanta Hawks traded Bill Russell to the Celtics, and you know the Warriors traded Wilt to the Sixers. You know, the fucking Charlotte Hornets trading Kobe to the Lakers on draft night because they didn't think he'd be good.
Why trade him? Or why pick him up then?
Yeah, because you didn't. No one was offering you what you wanted in the draft, so you picked the guy you think some people would want. So do you think this one's like technically it was a trade, but I feel like it shouldn't be on here. When LeBron went to the Miami Heat in 2010, because LeBron became a free agent and he made the decision to go to Miami, but there was like a weird clause where like if you were signed by the team that drafted you, you could make more money than if you went
The
to
Larry Bird rule, right?
Huh?
It's the Bird rule, right?
Right, it's a Larry Bird rule. So, like, if you re-sign with your team on a max deal, you make more money than if you re-sign with a team on a different market. So, like, the Cavs signed him and then traded the Heat. I feel like that shouldn't be considered a trade, though.
It's not a trade.
He picked the Heat and they just went with it. Also, Did you know that? Do you guys remember when LeBron did the decision on ESPN?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was really annoying.
That was filmed at the Boys and Girls Club in Greenwich, Connecticut.
I actually did know that.
Yeah, pretty funny.
Massey filmed it.
All right.
Yeah, Kendall did the PLR audio for it and didn't get paid. By choice.
Probably.
By choice. I'm just happy to be here.
I can't wait to hear that Kendall gets tickets to Avenged Sevenfold.
Kendall had tickets to your show there.
Don't do that.
He did. He had them. He told me.
Mock.
Yeah.
Were you ever a fan of the All American Rejects?
I mean, they had those couple of hits.
He said the tickets were wrapped on the 74th shrimp.
Just I couldn't make it though, so I had to throw it out.
Is Avenged coming here soon?
Yeah.
You
You don't need to shorten their name also, by the way.
Actually, they are masked because I saw 9to59 The Fox was doing ticket giveaway.
Exactly. And they gave them right away to Kendall.
No, I didn't ask him.
You didn't get me tickets?
Well, we don't have the tickets yet.
You know what's funny? It's like you guys all keep talking about this. I've never gotten tickets from Kendall for anything.
Neither have I.
Well, could ask.
Kendall, can you get me tickets for Avenged Sevenfold?
I will send a text and see. So traditionally, when I was working there full time, we would do the giveaways, but it wouldn't necessarily mean we'd have the tickets on hand yet, especially now because with the advent of COVID, they started doing stuff just like a digital code that you'd get a text right to your phone from us. So I don't know if they're physical tickets or it's a code. I don't know.
Either way, can you get me tickets?
I will send a text and I'll let you know what he says.
Prepare to be disappointed, Mass. That's all I can tell you.
Do you guys want to hear your totals?
Yes.
Okay. In first place, to the shock of absolutely nobody, is Paul
What?
with a total of 383 home runs.
Yeah, lost my own fucking parlay.
What were you going for? 385?
I was going for 700 home runs.
Would have been impressive.
I'm going to try to do some trades before the end of this.
In third place, with 364, we have Mock and Kyle.
We tied.
Exactly.
It's
Wow.
hilarious.
Both had 364. Kendall, obviously you did not come in third. So unfortunately you came in fourth. How many
Yep.
do you think you had?
Probably like 176.
No, you did better than that.
200?
177.
275.
Yeah, I had a
Wait.
lot of low 30 guys.
So me and Kyle finished tied for third?
No, tied for second.
Tied for second, which
Oh.
gives you both third.
Oh.
Hey,
What?
can I give a mid-show toast?
Yes.
Sure.
Kyle, you're going to want to go look this up because I think you'll laugh at it. Not that everybody else won't, but just because baseball's your thing.
Mhm.
I'd like to give a toast to Mississippi State pitcher Preston Johnson, who just gave up an absolute rocket to a Vanderbilt player. And when he turned around after the ball was like sailing over his head, he just waved to it as it went out of the ballpark.
That's very funny.
So me and Kyle became friends.
Guy just gave up a humongous bomb and would just turn around and was like, "Bye, hope you find your mom."
That's why we're friends, Kyle.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I really grooved that one for you.
Also, Kyle, you know who else is worth a good toast of excellence?
Me.
No, Luke Cornett.
Jim
Why?
Cornette.
Did you see what he did yesterday?
What do you do?
Did you see what he did yesterday?
No.
So he got subbed in like the win over the Pacers, like because they were blowing him out,
Mm-hmm.
and he got fouled. He hit 2 free throws, and after he hit a second free throw, he walked to the bench doing the ice in my veins thing. It's just funny because that guy plays like 30 seconds a game.
Got ice in his vein, bro.
Kyle, you know what I haven't done in a while?
Jerked off.
Send you a picture of one of those home run balls.
You know, you make fun of me, but you're married to my cousin because of it.
Listen, it was I used to send it to her too and be like, you could thank this. She doesn't
You
find
guys
it
are
as funny.
pretty much all related to me now.
And you know what's going to be really funny is that feeling is going to come full circle when Mike Mock fast pitches that ball to his son and he rocks a home run off of him.
Look, it's a fucking juiced ball.
You're a fucking loose ball.
Hey, yo.
And then in the distance, Kyle, without ever telling anybody that he was there, catches it and goes, "You're out, bitch."
Yeah, good luck seeing Kyle catch a fly ball.
The key is to do it with your face. Because I've done that.
Fucking face. You got to propose to it.
That's right.
Have you guys heard that story? I think Kyle was there.
No.
I don't know if Massey's heard this story before. I don't know, or Paul either. So, this was, geez, Ken, this had to be, what, 10 years ago?
A long time.
We used to go to, like, Parker Farms, whatever, and just kind of hit balls around. And I remember it was me, Ken, I know Vito was there. I feel like Kyle was there. And probably, like, Pat and Jeff, and we're hitting balls around. And Kendall's not the strongest fielder.
No.
Just like rocketing ground balls at him.
Yeah.
And Kendall's like, listen, you just got to get down. And you propose to the ball. And then he gets hit in his hand, which proceeded to hurt a bit.
Oh,
But then, did you get hit in the ankle?
yeah. The proposed one, that ball popped up so fast. I had no reaction time. Oh.
How did you get hit? Was it Pat? Did Pat throw it?
See, I don't remember if we were trying to do like double play type
I
stuff.
think we were trying to turn 2 and you took it to the ankle.
That's what I think what happened. God, it hurts so much. Like right on the ball of the ankle, whatever that joint is called.
And I tell you, Pat probably has the strongest arm of any of us. And it was just straight shot to Kendall's just ankle.
Hilarious.
It was good. He tried to walk it off.
Didn't.
He's like, that fucking hurt. That was good. That was good stuff. Yeah, you got to propose to the ball.
But we were doing remember Vito would do softball practice, and it was one of those days, and we were doing pop-ups, and I was too far out, and I'm running in, and just glove up, missed it, ball hit me right in the face, right square on the nose. That hurt a lot.
Oh, can I? I'd like to segue because Massey wanted to discuss some end of the year NFL topics.
Yes.
And Kyle, I believe you wanted to do that as well.
Maybe.
Well, can I share 3 fun stats from this NFL season, and then I can segue into some you guys talking about some stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
So there are 3 interesting stats the 3 most interesting stats from the entire season of the 2023 NFL season that I thought were the most interesting. 2 are team related, 1 negative, 1 positive, and the other is division related. So the positive one is for my ever so loathsome hatred team of the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers were the first team in, I believe, over 37 years to not commit a turnover in the first quarter of any game during the entire season.
Interesting.
The Carolina Panthers are the only team in NFL history to never have a lead in the fourth quarter of a game during an entire season.
That one I knew.
The Giants were do that for a while.
And the 2023 AFC North is the first division since 1935 for everybody to finish above 500.
Well,
that's actually impressive.
Good division.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because right after that, there's the meme of all the guys in the minivan or in the work van singing and dancing, and the drivers looking miserable, and it's the Bengals because they're eliminated.
That's very funny.
So let me ask you guys this question: Do you think we're ever going to see a full division in the playoffs?
Is it possible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because think about it.
If they all go
if they all split and then win every other game, they're all going to be 14-3.
That's true.
You know what I mean? That's super possible. Right there.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Bengals were 9-8, and they were what was the record of the 7th team?
Steelers were 10-7.
So
one game out of it.
Yeah, right there, boom. The Bills don't regain life, and there you go. Bengals are probably in.
Yeah, especially with the new playoff setup, I think we'll see that.
Well, the thing is it's just it's going to be really. You need 4 teams to be really good.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. How close were the Bengals to making it this year?
They were what they were the 9 seed, I think.
So it would have been the Jaguars ahead of them.
Well, what I mean, so really, they were a game off, right? Because the Steelers got in, they were 10-7, so they were
actually the Bengals were the 8 seed due to tiebreaker, so they were right behind Pittsburgh.
Oh, so it was so Pittsburgh was what you said the 7?
Yeah.
So who was 6?
6 was Houston.
No, Houston. Oh no, 6 was Cleveland.
6 is Miami.
Miami, and they were what 11
and 5.
Oh yeah, they're the 6 seed. Yeah. They're 11 and.
So the Bengals were what 2 games off, really? Because the Steelers had the tiebreaker, so they would have had to have been ahead of the Steelers.
Yeah.
So it wasn't super far off.
But again, remember if the Bills lose 2 of those games, Miami would have sat comfortable in the division, and the Bengals probably would have cleaned house.
Miami's not a good football team.
No. Well, I think that's the really good thing. I think that's the really interesting thing about this NFL season is we learned two things about the NFL, and it's that the backup quarterback is a way more valued position than anybody thinks it is.
Yep.
And that you can have amazing football story without having a great team. And because there are no great teams this year.
No.
The Ravens look like it, but everybody knows the Ravens will explode at some point. And if they don't, they don't, and then they prove everybody wrong. But the Ravens are going to blow up at some point. The Chiefs have been subpar. The Dolphins they blew up a fucking division lead. The Bills look good right now, but can that be contained? Can that be contained? The Steelers are just happy to be here. The Cowboys probably will. My thing is, I think the best thing in the world right now is there's only one thing I really wish, genuinely, really, really wish about the NFL this weekend.
What's that?
I wish Deshaun Watson was healthy.
Why?
Because then you would have Deshaun Watson against the Texans going to Houston. You have Tyreek Hill going to Arrowhead. You have Mike McCarthy hosting the Cowboys. And you have Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford against their former respective
So the scriptwriters blew their load the first week of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Do you think, honestly, do you guys think if Watson was healthy right now, he'd be playing? Like, if say he was healthy, like he just got cleared.
No.
Oh no, 100% not.
Got to play the hot hand.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
If he got cleared like after 2 Flacco starts, yes. But after 5, no.
I agree. I don't see how you go back.
You got Levi Wallace going to Buffalo.
There you go, Kyle. I like how you look. Kyle, I appreciate that you're always looking for the positive in your life.
I was watching the Richard Eisen show today, and one of the what ifs they said is what if Stafford goes to Detroit and wins but gets injured, and then the next round is the Rams at Philly, and Carson Wentz goes back and beats them too.
And then you guys signed Garoppolo off of the waivers to beat the 49ers in the NFC Championship game.
Oh my god. If all of that happened, I think I would quit sports.
If all of that happened, Mass, I would be buying every person I know a Jimmy Garoppolo Rams jersey. He's a Ram. He's a Ram. He's a Ram.
He looked really good in black and gold, blue and gold with frosted tips.
Oh God.
Yeah. I think the Lions would have been the number 1 seed if fucking Jared Goff wasn't so busy filming the Barbie movie all year.
Yeah.
Fucking piece of shit. So I think that really where we stand as a group here is there's 2 overly excited fan bases and 2 super disappointed ones. I'm gonna spew how I feel about the 4, and then I'll let you guys chime in. I think that Mock was excited about this season. I think that he was excited about where the defense could be, where Jones and Barkley could potentially take this offense with the addition of Darren Waller and Brian Daboll in his second year. And the rug got pulled out from underneath them pretty quick. And they couldn't really ever catch themselves from falling down. I think that I do think that there's some exciting things to look forward to for the upcoming offseason, because the defense does look really good and has all year. Brian Daboll kind of started turning some things around from a coaching standpoint. Regardless of what the Giants do at quarterback, they're going to get a healthy Daniel Jones back, whether it's as a backup or a starter, and Tommy DeVito looked like a real fighter, which was cool, but overall just really disappointing. Rams and Steelers, I think, kind of the same boat, just exceeded expectations, and really hoping to just make a wave in the playoffs. And then for the Bears, just a waste of 17 games. They should have just drafted C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young last year.
It's disappointing. We sort of touched on it at one point. How much of a difference to you, if at all, if Fields doesn't get hurt and what's his face doesn't play those 4 games, where do you see the season? The same or?
I don't know. I mean, because Fields came back and he was playing really good. So, like, at what point in that 4-game stretch would it have turned around? I don't know.
Who was the
I don't-
It was Badgett?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyson Badgett.
What did he go in the 4-game stretch?
2-2,
2-2.
or was it 1-3?
I'm not sure.
Remember.
If it was, even if it's 1-3, like I was gonna say, Fields may go 2-2. I don't remember who they played, but like just kind of a safe. So maybe a 1-game swing.
I don't remember who they played.
I know they played the Chargers.
They had a primetime game, which might have been that.
That was the Chargers game because that was when Chris Collinsworth was saying that Justin Fields could learn a thing or two about football from Tyson Badgett, and everybody roasted him for it. So I think Fields got hurt in the Raiders game. No, Tyson Badgett played that game. He got hurt in the Vikings game. So Badgett beat the Raiders, lost to the Chargers, lost to the Saints, and then beat the Panthers. So he won 2, but I mean, he beat the Panthers. And in the Panthers game, he was 20 for 39 on 140 yards. They scored 16 points against the worst team in the NFL. So I don't,
Right.
I think Justin Fields wins that game comfortably. I think for Fields, I'm not saying I don't like Fields. I want them to stick with Fields. I do, but it doesn't make any sense from a management standpoint. And I think that the Bears would have had to make the playoffs for Justin Fields to stay. Honestly, I think that's really looking at where everything and every discussion is. I think that was kind of the threshold. The Bears needed to make a playoff run. A legitimate playoff run. Not this, like, they were in it until week 17 thing and had this weird chance if everybody, if the Rams ate spaghetti on Friday and the Saints, didn't go to church, then they had a chance. Not one of those types of things. Like, a legit, like, kind of in their own destiny type hands. And they didn't have it. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's out of my hands. It's out of my control.
Yeah. Kyle, were you saying something?
I don't remember what I'm saying.
No.
Well, how do you guys feel about your team's years?
So I mean, the Giants were very disappointing, like out of the gate. Just because Jones gets the big extension, Barkley has the, he doesn't want to get tagged but gets tagged and all that nonsense. But they come out, just get smoked by Dallas week 1. Sweet. Jones gets hurt again, and as much as I want to like Daniel Jones, we saw 2 backups come in and run the exact same offense and just play better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, that was just like the writing on the wall there that this is.
Do you think
this is not working?
Do you think the Giants made a mistake rushing him back?
I mean, probably because he had like the neck injury, which honestly is probably worse than the ACL. But it's just the last. Let's call it what he's been playing. This was his 5th year, I think. So every year, it's just the offensive line is bad. The offensive line is bad. And again, I mean, the undrafted DeVito came in and won 3 games with the same offensive line, the same everything. I mean, right then, I mean, I remember talking to you guys. I was like, that should be it. I mean, I know Jones is going to be on the team next year because he has to be, but to me, the ship has sailed. I sent you guys my wish list for their offseason. Already 0-1 on that.
That was pretty rough earlier.
With Martindale leaving today, so that part sucks. I hope he goes and is good because he's a great coordinator.
Would love to have him next year because we're not going to have most
the Giants defense has, I mean, I think is very talented. I think there was a lot of times they were just on the field a lot. But there's a couple of studs on there, and they can be a formidable unit if they could get the offensive side figured out. I mean, you had two guys that didn't miss a defensive snap all year. That's there's something to be said about that. Same with the Steelers and Rams. I mean, they got in, which is nice. The Rams, I'm less surprised about, just because last year was kind of almost like an anomaly. Because last year was when Stafford was hurt, right?
Everybody was
kinda,
hurt. We were literally on our 11th O lineman by week.
That's
10.
what I mean. Like, so last year to me was, it was kind of like an anomaly where they were just banged up. So this year, they were back. Stafford's back, and honestly, I think you're going to start to see some more like aging quarterbacks kind of lean to take, that rest year as they get older. I mean, Stafford looks good. The Steelers, they're what they are. I mean, me and Kyle have been arguing about it for the last few days. I mean, I think they got to make some changes, but they're in the playoffs again, so good for them. The Bears are another one, because the Bears I don't think are as bad as like they look, but they just can't put it all together. I hope they do, but it'll be interesting to see what they do in the offseason if Fields is truly out.
To sort of go in reverse order, we've sort of talked about this in the chat and on the show. The Bears forever now have been stuck in this window of, the coach comes in, and then they draft a quarterback, and then he's out or whatever, and then like they're missing. Then the new coach is coming into a quarterback that's not his, and it's just like it's a terrible cycle. They need to somehow get out of it, and to me would only be to literally start fresh. New quarterback, new head coach, just get on the same page. Because though I think they should keep Fields, I just don't see how it's going to work. Because I just feel like it's not Eberflus's guy. I don't know. Giants suffered the injury bug, and the Jones thing was kind of unfortunate. I will say though, I think if Tyrod Taylor doesn't get hurt, we don't know Danny DeVito's name. I thought he played well enough. It's a shame that he got hurt. Got sort of hurt twice.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, it's a tough read because in recent history, it's just been, that's the team that's on the fringe of making the playoffs and requires so many things to have to happen. And they've been fortunate that they have been getting in, but they haven't been getting in on their own merit by wins recently. And I mean, you got to be happy, a playoff appearance is a playoff appearance, but the teams who are just happy to be that they never win. And unfortunately, it's kind of what Pittsburgh has been. I'm hopeful, but I will not be surprised if, it's a one and out. And Rams, it's a solid. That's what the team looked like 2 years ago. And in some ways, it might even be better. So I think it's a team that could make a deep dive in the playoffs. So excited for them.
Thanks, guys. Wish list.
Well, hold on. I didn't get to say my part.
Well, I just wanted to touch real quick, Kyle, before you go. I just wanted to comment on something Mock said about the Bears. With the interesting thing, I do what I foresee. Honestly, this is. I hope I'm wrong, but this is what I really see the Bears doing. To be honest with you, I foresee the Bears going the old school route of this, where I think that they're going to take Caleb Williams, and then they're picking 9, and I think they're going to forego a lot of assets to trade up to like 3 to get Marvin Harrison, and just really like show the fans like, hey, we're doing everything we can to be this team. And I think they're going to sacrifice a lot of future.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
It wouldn't be the end of the world for them to get up to 3, but it would cost them a lot, and I just that's what I really see happening, and I don't see it working, to be honest with you, because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think Eberflus's head coaching job has been saved because of how good the defense has played, but I think the fact that they still folded under severe pressure and that they still can't put together solid games speaks a lot of volumes to him as a head coach. And the defense speaks more to him being a good coordinator than it does to him being a good head coach. So what the Bears really need to do is they need to go back to Kansas City, get Matt Nagy, hire him as the offensive coordinator, demote Eberflus to DC, and get Lovie Smith back.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And I have a better shot at winning the lotto 16 times in a row than that. So, Kyle, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine. So my stance on the Bears thing, I think personally you should keep Fields. And I think this draft, they have an opportunity to really build around him instead of, taking another quarterback. Just my personal opinion. I think you can get a top lineman and a top receiver, pair him with DJ Moore. And if Fields sucks this year, then you can move on. But at least you gave him the opportunity.
I agree with you, Kyle. I totally do. I'm just saying from a financial standpoint, it doesn't make any sense.
No, I get all that. I'm just saying, like, my personal opinion, that's what I feel like they should do. The Giants got hit by the injury bug. Evan Neal seemed to be a draft bust. The Giants don't really, besides Andrew Thomas, they haven't really had good luck drafting offensive linemen.
Because they keep doing this cool thing. Is that they keep drafting guys that are like left tackles and then just put them on the right side. And it's not working out. Like, they should just stop doing that.
Oh, I get what you're saying, Mark. I know that.
Like, just stop doing that. Sorry, go ahead.
I just think the Giants should spend money on the offensive line and then really get better weapons through the draft. Because, in my opinion, all the receivers are kind of the same fucking thing. They're all mostly slot guys instead of, wide receiver 1s or 2s. You got a bunch of 3s out there. And that's why they can't get separation. That's why Jones gets hit all the time. Just my personal opinion. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's just what I see. The defense is good. The Rams, Matthew Stafford has proven he can win in this league times and time again. So with him healthy, you kind of think that they're going to win games, which they did because he had a full healthy year. Their defense is a little shaky, but everybody expected it. The Rams put up 30, and they gave up 29. That's how they win games. And the Steelers is just like a roller coaster
ride. That was just
ride.
the first half of the season.
What was that?
That was just the first half of the season.
I know, but I'm just saying in general. Like, that's what everybody expected from them. And then the Steelers is just a big roller coaster. They start off the season great. Everybody's happy. Then every year, they lose the 2 or 3 games that they're not supposed to. And it's fire Mike Tomlin. And then when everything's against him, he finds a way to win big games in December, put him in a spot. Everybody loves him again. That's just the type of coach he is. There's some games that he doesn't coach him up. They've all admitted to it, especially the Arizona game. They all came out and said, we didn't really have the mindset of this game. And then in December, they go out and win 3 in a row. Yes, they needed help, but it wasn't like they needed 4 teams to lose. They just needed the Jaguars or the Bills to lose. They put themselves back in that situation to be in the playoffs. I don't see them ever I don't see Mike Tomlin leaving until he wants to go. Like, he's a good coach. You're not going to find anybody better than him. He's been there for 17 years. And Mason Rudolph saved our season. Who would have thought?
God, you say that until you guys fire Mike Tomlin for Ron Rivera.
Eric Bieniemy.
I'll take him as an offensive coordinator.
Nope, head coach.
I'll take basically anybody as an offensive coordinator.
I don't know. Like, defense, I mean, the last 3 games, besides the Raven game, because that game was just torrential downpour, the offense actually put up 30 points. They helped the defense, which never happens.
I have a question about not one of our teams.
Yeah, Jaguars suck.
Well, yes, but I'd like to know, do you guys think that what Matt LaFleur did with the Packers was impressive, or do you think it was, like, I know there can be a little bit of both. Do you think it was leaning more towards impressive or more towards just kind of a mediocrity in the NFC? Because at the end of the day, it came down to, if the Packers win, they were in, but if they lost, then New Orleans could potentially get in, or Seattle could potentially get in. Seattle super underperformed, and New Orleans was second place in the worst division we've seen in a while. So, like, I'm just curious, like, did Matt LaFleur, like, redeem himself as a really good head coach, or did the NFC's mediocrity kind of just play a really big part in that? And I know both are true, but like, if you had to pick the lean one way or the other, even if it's 51-49.
I would say decent coach.
I would also say that.
Yeah. Just because, I mean, he was able to get, like, Jordan Love, I don't think is like a stud quarterback, but he was able to get him to bounce back after a couple of bad losses.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Well, not to pander or anything, but I think there is more to be said for the NFC South being as bad as it was, and for the NFC North to kind of be in a weird spot where, we expected the Lions to be good, and actually I think in the room, I feel like we would have expected the Lions to be a little bit better than they were. Not that they disappointed, I just expected them to be a little bit better than what the record shows. The Vikings kind of had a weird thing happen, losing Kirk Cousins for the year. I mean, they had a point where it seemed like that what's-his-face from the Cardinals was going to be the savior, but that was a flash in the pan. And losing Justin Jefferson for that period of time. Like, the Vikings at one point was in a position to kind of be more of a force than they were. And, I think those things don't happen. I think the Packers find themselves as kind of the odd team out because they didn't do anything that impressive this year. Not that I saw. They won games, but they were in the same type of position kind of that Pittsburgh was in. They're like one of the last seeds to make it in.
Which, I mean, every year there's those teams. There's always going to be like on the fringe.
The most impressive thing they did was beat Detroit on Thanksgiving, pounding Detroit on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
that was their claim to fame on the year. I don't know. I just don't think Matt LaFleur is really that good of a coach. I really don't.
I mean, I think he's fine.
I think the only reason the Packers made the playoffs was because Aaron Jones missed all that time, and he was able to be the healthy load carrier for the end of the year.
Fuck him.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying, he's playing football at a healthy clip right now on basically a season's rest, and he's carrying that team. He's been carrying that team for the past 3 weeks.
Really happy for him.
I'm not.
Oh, me neither.
I hope he dies. I hope he dies by tearing his ACL and falling into a pool of mouse traps.
Be a horrible way to go.
Imagine the sound.
Just like that.
Well, it would go EBT, EBT.
So the checklists.
Also, Brown's like most surprising team of the year, correct?
Yes. To me, anyway.
I'd say the Texans are more surprising.
I don't know. I think the Browns, like, being legitimately, like, basically the 2 seed.
But they're not.
It's another thing. Like, it's not often
but they are basically the 2 seed.
Or are they basically
but it's also, how often do you see where, like, the starter goes down and then like the backup,
see-
and then
that's
the guy
different.
off
That's
the
not a surprise.
couch.
Like that wasn't a
I mean,
thing
it
that
is,
people
'cause even
considered
with-
before the season.
That's a big surprise to have
but
your
I mean,
starting
even
quarterback
with
go down.
even
You know
with
what I mean.
Watson there, like the Browns weren't supposed to do anything.
They were a playoff team last year, weren't they?
I actually don't
No.
remember.
I don't think
They were
so.
definitely a playoff team the year before that.
And I would say that the Browns are basically the 2 seed because they're better than Kansas City and better than Buffalo with the same record. They're not the 2 seed because the way the NFL works its seeding, but they're better than the 2 teams ahead of them, or they're better than the 3 teams ahead of them by a long shot.
I mean, I guess we'll see.
Well, anybody can win any game at any point in time, but on paper, at the end of this season, the Browns are better than Kansas City and they're better than Buffalo. Over a 17-game stretch, there's no way. Oh, John Morant's out for the rest of the year.
Is he really?
Really?
Season-ending shoulder surgery today.
Huh.
There goes your MVP odds there, Solzy.
Interesting.
Sure.
Okay.
No, it's on Franz Wagner.
Well, he was my front runner anyway. It was between him and Luke Cornett. How do you not root for the MVP when he's got ice in his veins?
All right. Anybody else?
I think the Browns are more surprising in my opinion. Just to be 11-5, or whatever the hell what are they? 11-5, 11-6.
Mm-hmm.
As dominating as they were, like the Texans, like for me, the only thing with the Texans is like I think that they are a lot better than I think people gave them credit for. I think they were very surprising, but when you look at the Browns were able to go 11-6 with 5 starting quarterbacks on the year, have the number 1 defense in the NFL, lose the arguably the best RB1 in the entire game, the first game of the season, and be toe to toe with the number 1 seeded team in the NFL all year long. I think it says a lot. The Texans are just, to me, are a little less surprising because of how bad the rest of the division really is.
Yeah.
Because I mean, well, let's be realistic. If Anthony Richardson didn't go down, the Colts would have been worse. Minshew saved that team because the Colts were looking kind of shitty.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
there's merit to both. I mean, I think the
Devil's advocate here to save the day.
No, I would say that the Texans were surprising is like it's a bunch of young players, rookie quarterback, blah blah blah. But everything you said about the Browns is true. They everyone I think expected the Browns even to be good, not best in the NFL good. You lose Nick Chubb, perhaps the best running back, you lose him for the year. You get Kareem Hunt, in the mix, and he has like this renewed life. And you go through all these quarterbacks, especially with Watson kind of underperforming in a lot of ways to just, get hurt, shut down for the year. Guy comes, off sitting on the couch and wins him 4 or 5 games, whatever it is. I mean, it's just the Browns season was just strange. It
also, I mean, really, if you look historically at the Browns, it was the most like un-Browns season we've seen. I mean, this is a team we've seen them win, 4 games in 5 years at times. Like they were always like historically bad. And then this year when they went out and lost star players, they still were able to put wins together. Like,
that's fair.
There's something to be said for it.
Browns teams in the past who would have suffered the same thing would have crumbled immediately. This one
Yes.
didn't.
Kyle, what's your Pittsburgh Steelers checklist?
Kyle had to go. You texted he had to
Kyle
jump
texted the
off.
group. He had to step off.
Oh, didn't see that.
Yeah. So Mock, you kind of sent yours in the groups. You want to go over it real quick before we sign off?
Sure. I mean, as I told you guys before, I'm already 0 for 1. The biggest thing I wanted them to do the Giants this offseason was to retain Martindale, and that didn't happen. Unfortunately, he resigned today. The other thing, I really hope they can figure out a way to keep Barkley. I mean, from everything I see, Barkley wants to be in New York. He wants to finish his career there. I hope they can work that out because he is a very, very important part of their offense. I think they have to figure out how to re-sign McKinney. He's their defensive quarterback. Especially, how often do you guys see where a guy doesn't miss a snap? Like, really almost on either side of the ball, but like for an entire season, especially defensively, just like there's so many different schemes and packages for someone to not miss a snap is pretty wild.
Yeah.
I think Isaiah Simmons has to be re-signed. He was very good for them from coming over from Arizona. I hope they can keep Slayton around. And it's mostly like he's not a number 1 wide receiver, but I mean, to me, he's like the perfect receiver on the Giants. He's been their leading receiver 4 out of the last 5 years. I hope they can keep him around. There was a fourth guy. No, I can't remember the name. I hope Sterling Shepard just retires. I don't want to see him on another team. It's just going to bother me.
I think he
mostly
will.
just because I like him. I think he's going to retire though. I think he's going to be all done. Dude, I'm trying to find my list here. But I mean, I hope to God they don't trade up for a quarter. Like if they trade up to the 1 pick, I'm going to be pissed. It'll be the dumbest thing. They'll be the Panthers. They're not a quarterback away from contending. They already said they're starting Jones next year when he's healthy. So, like, why would you trade up and mortgage like next year's picks to get?
I don't think the Giants trade up.
I don't think so either.
But
it's just something that keeps popping up, and it's like, come on.
I do think it's very possible they take a quarterback at that spot though, or trade for Justin Fields.
They could.
I could see them trading it I could see them trading their 3rd round pick for Fields.
The thing that's tough with trading for Fields, when's he due for the extension?
He's got 1 more year on his rookie deal because once we trade him,
got 1 more year.
Him.
You have to give him the rookie extension by.
Well, no, once you trade him, you can't do it.
Yeah. Although I wonder how, like, if the Bears pick it up.
If the Bears pick it up and then trade him, they can do it. But I remember reading something about it. But like, I think if the Bears do that, then they're liable to pay for it.
I think that's how it is.
So the Bears aren't going to do that
unless the team agrees to accept that salary.
Well, no, the Bears I think it's like a weird thing. Like the Bears have to pay that 5th-year option regardless.
I think they do.
So like the Giants could send him cash in the trade.
Can you trade cash in the NFL?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can trade anything in the NFL. Legitimately, you can trade equipment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Player was traded for equipment before. That was fun.
Yeah, that's true. I do hope. I mean, for me in the draft, ideally, is if they can get one of these high end wide receivers. I mean, of course, the dream is Harrison, but I don't.
What's
think
your
he'll
pick?
be there.
What pick are you guys at?
We are at 6.
Don't draft. From everything I've saw, it'd be such a waste for you guys to draft a receiver at 6, because Harrison's like the guy. He's not going to be there at 6, and then there's just so many receivers after that you can trade up into the late round of the 1st and get one there instead of reaching so far ahead when you can get another edge rusher.
What's the other one? Neighbors. He'll probably be in.
There's 3 coming out of Washington alone.
Yeah. But again, like I don't think they need to spend the high end pick on another offensive lineman. Like they still draft linemen, but invest in a skill position. Especially if you're gonna give Jones one more year. I mean, give him a true one. Wendell Robinson, I think, is a great player. He definitely like broke out the last couple, call it the last 4 or 5 games. But he's really good. Slayton is just consistent. Jalen Hyatt, I mean, I was so excited about this kid coming into the season, and they just didn't use him. Granted, I think he had at least 5 like 40-yard catches called back for holding.
Yeah,
but,
that was incredible.
like he had a ton of them, and he was making big play but they just weren't using him, and I couldn't really figure out why. Waller, just have that guy sit till next season. Don't need him getting hurt. But it's a bummer that Martindale left because that defense ran very smoothly. I think he had like the right guys at the right spots. It's just hopefully whoever comes in can kind of keep the momentum going.
Why did he leave? Just to
They didn't get
So
along.
from what I saw, they fired like his 2 assistants, and those were like his guys. So then he resigned.
Got it.
I mean, I don't know if that's the specific. That's just like the wheat. It's like the rumors that they fired those 2 guys, and so then he resigned. So I don't know if they were gonna fire him which would have just been so stupid. But I don't know why they got rid of anybody on the defensive side of the ball. I don't understand that at all. But it is what it is. The real bummer in the wing thing is me and a buddy at work were like walking. We just punch out. We're walking to the parking lot, and I was like, "Yeah, it looks good. Like they're saying he should be back. That's that's the most important thing." I got in the car and looked down. And I was like, "Wink resigned." I was like, "Fuck." Just really cool timing.
Well, we got plenty of. We got what? Mass. How long do we have until the combine?
It's like
3
8
months?
weeks.
2 months.
How long? 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
Like the combine doesn't really matter. So when's the draft? It's in April.
End of April.
End of April. So all right. So Mark, I mean,
Listen,
you
I'm
you
right
and
back
I-
in the Giants' optimism, baby.
Yep.
next
You and
season.
I got 4 months to just sit here and think about all the things that we're smarter than our GMs about.
I used to laugh. A buddy of mine is a Vikings fan, and I was like, the Vikings fan have a phrase where it's just like, "Hey, there's always next year," and then since then the Giants have sucked.
Yeah, that's been my phrase since I was born.
Just hey, there's always next season.
Yeah. At this point, I'm starting to be like, hey, you know what? There's always 2030. I'm telling you, Mark. While all these losers watch their playoff contending teams, you should come watch some hockey with me. It's fun.
Listen, we can work that out. We could watch hockey like how me and Kendall used to watch basketball.
Well, yeah, except I like hockey and Kendall didn't like basketball, so
No.
I'll watch the hockey.
But just so funny. We would watch the first quarter and then watch like The Office.
Well, we can play this. We can play the Switch while we watch it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I'll make some Philly cheesesteak nachos.
Fuck, I'm still staring at those Amiibo cards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had them on Saturday.
I had Mark's Christmas gift in my car on Sunday, but he didn't come.
Yep.
Mazzy, how was the Casamigos?
Playful as always.
Nice. Would you describe it as smoky or smooth?
Yes.
All right. Mark, how was your water?
It was wet.
You guys are drinking that dry water. Kendall, how was your whatever awful stuff you had?
No, I had no High Life.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. How was the awful stuff you had?
Very good. It's a goated beer. I prefer it out of the bottle, but still good out of the can.
Are those the cans from my house?
They are.
You didn't drink them on New Year's Eve. You said you were going to.
I didn't drink them. Well, I was going to see him I was going to do a 6-pack of beers at one night, but then because I was feeling kind of crappy, I just wanted to kind of go light today.
Words never spoken by Kendall. I had the Banana Foster's Stout 2023 Bourbon County line. It is obviously imperial stout made from the Goose Island Company, bottled at 13.9%, so one of the lower ABV stouts. Definitely not no banana. So want that to be known very clearly for all the banana haters out there. Mock.
I don't hate bananas.
I thought you hated bananas.
No, I enjoy them. They just make me feel like shit.
That was bukakis you didn't like. Not bananas. My bad. So if you've ever, I don't know if anyone here had a Banana Foster. Has anyone here ever had a Banana Foster before?
No.
Nope. Is that some type of Skittle?
Yes.
Is that some type of... So Banana Foster, it's like a dessert. It's caramelized bananas with ice cream.
Oh, the actual dessert. Yes, I've had Banana Foster.
Yeah, so
it
kind of has the creaminess that you would get from a Banana Foster, but not the spices. Banana Foster, Kendall, is basically just a banana pie a la mode, essentially. Just no crust.
Sounds good.
There's rum in it.
Oh, well.
You don't like rum, so you can't have it.
No, listen, rum gets my engines going.
You said
it's relatively smooth. It's got a creaminess quality to it. A little on the sweeter side. I would say 3.75. I will drink again because there's more in my cabinet. There you go. That's all I got. Mark, where can they find us?
Find us on Facebook and Instagram at Getting Sports with Drunk, Twitter at GSWD_4.
Make sure you use the hashtag GSWD for all your daily uses, whether it's picking Scooter Jeanette because you're cheating or, looking forward to next year.
Quick side note, just because it popped up, Kendall mentioned Jake Browning's lady friend, and it just came up on my fake SportsCenter Facebook app, her Facebook page, and it's like she's trying to earn him that starting gig. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify.
Oh. So yeah, there we go. We're back. It's 2024, bigger, better, and more mass than ever.
Hell yeah.
More mass than ever.
But until then, I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler.
I'm Mock.
Sheen Washable.
No.
I'm the Master of Spassing.
And the Rat of Red Baron.
Yeah.
Yeah.